For this lesson, open up one more time the Bodhi Lighthouse. Now, we have not been working in the most efficient way possible with our CSS. Do this. Go into Pure Code View, right here. This information right here, all this stuff, if you will, is the CSS. Now, it starts right up here. There's main content with 800. Down here, we have impact, the font we're using for our subheading. All that stuff is here, and it defines to the containers in HTML5 how they look. But the problem is, I want 2 more pages at least with this information and this formatting. Now, I could cheat. I could copy, paste the pages. I could take out the old text and add some new. But what if you've got 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 or 11 or 12 pages that have a gray background like we have? And you decide you want them all to have a different background. Or you decide the text boxes need to have a different font. Well, you're going to have to do them one at a time because we're using internal styles. Now, we made that mistake. Let's correct it as we move forward. Go back to code. This is just one way to do it, but this is the way I usually do. Come up here until we find the first one. They'll all be together. Don't pick up this option right here. Start right here with that pound sign. Drag all the way down till you get them all. Stop at the closing brace right there. Don't pick up the style tag, just the styles. Now right-click your mouse, go into CSS Styles, and you'll have an option to move the rules. Select it. We want a new style sheet. Click OK. How about if we call this main CSS? Now I want it in a new folder for CSS because I might have more of these. So I'm going to come down here, new folder. How about CSS? Makes sense to me. Click Create. We now have, in Lighthouses, a CSS folder. We're going to open it. We're going to say stick the stuff in here. But watch what happens to the code over on the left. It goes away. Now look what we've got. We now have a link to that particular style sheet, and it's right over here. If I open it, there are the styles. Now understand that style sheet, like a piece of paper, is being applied to this particular page. If I use this same CSS on a couple of more pages, which we are going to do, and I come in and say, you know what, the height should have been 90, not 80, and I change it on this piece of paper, every single web page that we have put together will change based on what we do here. Now we're working efficiently. Now if we close this, it'll ask to save it. Definitely say yes. And we want to save this too. So when we close it, say yes. Well, actually say save. What we've done is we have now come into the power of CSS. The ability to take a CSS style sheet, piece of paper, apply it to multiple pages, make changes to that style sheet, and impact everything else. Let's move on.